Hi there, my name is Elena. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be making this stunning dish for burning sage and incense. Today, I am working with Crayola air clay, and my tip for conditioning it easier is to take small pieces like this, work them a little bit with our hands, then use cling wrap to dip the clay into a bowl of hot water. This will warm up the clay, condition it, and keep it that way for as long as you need it. I put all my conditioned pieces together and start forming the slab for our project. Take your time to really work the clay. We don't want any air bubbles or cracks. So as you roll it out, make sure to add water or slip to the dry areas and pop those air bubbles if you see them on the surface of the clay. Using a placemat for projects like this works great. I got a couple of these at the dollar store and they are perfect as you can easily spin around your work and the clay doesn't stick to them. I made a stencil out of paper and it will serve me as a guide when I will be cutting the slab. I am placing a piece of interfacing under our project as I need something that is not slippery and that will help me move the project around easy. You can also use just a piece of fabric. Basic cotton would work great. Now for shaping the edges of our dish, I will be using these foam balls that I also got from the arts and crafts section at the dollar store. As you see, this project is pretty affordable. So I go ahead and place them under all the way around the edges and slowly shaping our dish. So you see the roll of the interfacing? It won't let the foam balls slip under our dish. Once I am happy with the shape, I will put aside our dish and work on the other details. So I'm making a little bowl as a holder for the incense and the half circle holder for the sage. When they're done, we have to put them on a piece of paper and let them aside for about an hour or two so that they start hardening. This will make our work with them later much easier. While those pieces harden, I will work on perfecting the dish. I want to smooth out any imperfections and shape it better. When connecting the pieces, first we find the exact placement, then we need to scratch lightly the surfaces that will stick together and add to them some slip or water. For the half circle, I will add some small pieces of clay on the sides along the base just to reinforce it. When I'm done, I will use these wooden sticks to prompt our middle piece so that it doesn't tilt while drying. Here's a little close-up of how everything looks so far, and we will let it dry for about 36 hours. And after that, we are safe to move the dish to something like this, so it will keep drying faster and more even. And we'll leave it for 48 hours more. Now that our dish is fully dry, I proceed to sanding it. I am using 320, 220, and 120 grit sanding paper. Be careful while doing this, especially along the edges, as it might crack. We got to the drawing part, and here I will also use stencils for the most complicated parts of the drawing. Because drawing on a clay surface that is also curved is nothing like drawing on a canvas. And I find that if I make mistakes and use the pencil eraser, it leaves marks and it colors the clay, so I want to avoid all of that and prepare beforehand my stencils by drawing whatever I want on parchment paper, and then just outlining it from the opposite side when I place it on the clay. When I'm done with my stencils, I freehand the rest. For coloring, I use regular acrylic paint, and all I can tell you is let your imagination run wild and don't be afraid of color. I almost don't use water when painting on clay, especially because I really want that pigment to show. Of course, if you want to create watercolor effect, then you will wash down your palette. Still, don't forget you're painting on clay, which soaks in right away any liquid and becomes soft, so keep that in mind. I am done with the first layer and I will let it fully dry overnight. Now I want to work on detailing and perfecting. I let the previous layer dry again overnight, and now it's safe to turn over the dish and paint the bottom. Use silicone pads as they will amortize the areas that will get the most pressure. The dish is pretty heavy and we don't want any of our paint sticking to whatever we put our dish on. Again, the bottom has to dry for at least 12 hours. Now we seal everything, and for that I am using the gloss finish Rust-Oleum. I usually do 2 to 3 layers, giving it about 1 hour in between each of them and letting it dry afterwards for 24 hours until it's safe to turn it over, and do the same for the bottom. Our dish is ready. Enjoy this beauty. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.